What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we will be looking at CS Summit 8. So it is the first RMR event for North America. We have a selection of 8 teams. 8 of pretty much the best teams out of Americas. Here you can see the groups. So I guess we'll go over each team first. EG have been looking kinda not that great lately. After adding Mihu under Evil Geniuses, going over like their recent results. I don't think they've played like good events for a while, but I mean, look, getting 0-4 in Spark Ulti, not good. No Sweets, no 3, 3rd to 4th. They only played one series that they won against Ignitas, losing to nowadays Entropic. We get EPL, completely crushed. So I mean, I just can't bring myself to PG right now, even though I know that they have pretty good potential. Like, they have good pieces, but it's just not coming together right now. Pain, I don't know much about, but it's like one of these lower tier, I believe, Brazilian teams. I can just go over like this. Yeah, Brazilian team, but they don't play. I mean, they've beaten teams like Bad News Bears, losing to Furia and Heroic. They do beat this slightly lower level of play, mostly Americas teams, quite frequently. And we have Furia, obviously. One of the favorites going into the event, even if they haven't had like the best results lately. But I mean, these are fine. Beating Complexity is good. Losing to Navi in DreamHack Masters. I mean, I believe DreamHack Masters was the event Navi won lately, so certainly not losing to a bad team here. Boars have kind of looked good. These were like bad results, but I think they're a decent pick for an event like this. And I think that they should be a good enough pick if you just want to go for the best teams. Probably the favorite in this group. Oplano. Tough to say much about this team so far. They haven't played much, as you can see, but the team, I like the matches they have played, mostly good results. Extrasalt is a great team, and I mean, this is not the worst result. Like, they didn't get absolutely destroyed, at least. But not good enough against Extrasalt yet. But Extrasalt is a good team, so I'm not surprised by that. Other matches have just been against worse teams, so hard to say where they stand right now. Group B, Liquid. Tough to say because they have like very variable results. Losing to Dignitas 0-2, bad. Losing to Astralis in EPL was bad, but they haven't played in like over a month. So difficult to say again what their form is. Beating VP, for example, although it is like 1.5 months ago, over 1.5 months ago, is still a great result. And I guess obviously Liquid should be one of the biggest favorites into the event, going into the event. Extremum. Some better, yeah. In Spring Sweet Spring 1, they had some good results. Beating Argo, Fiend, and Sinners. All of these are good teams. Duoing them all, extremely impressive. Losing to Fnatic is not good. This Fnatic is kind of doing trash right now. Beating X-Winstrike, amazing. Losing to K23, meh, not very good. Losing to Wisla Krakow, not good. We all know that there's potential here. Like, this core is one that's gotten very far in like majors, like top 8 or top 4 even. I'm not quite sure. At least top 8. And Buntet is not a worse player than like we can see here the stats basically for Buntet. He's one of the best players on the team stats wise. So he's not the problem in the squad. There is some kind of problem in the squad that is not making them play better consistently, but let's hope that they can get to that level. I would love to see them play against the bigger names. Extrasalt, one of the positive parts about NA right now, at least they have shown some good results, right? Where are all the good results? I forgot. I thought they had good results. This is not that great. These are teams, I mean, these are teams they shouldn't lose to, I think. EPG Family is fine to lose to, I think. These aren't that great. Like, the teams they're beating here are just not that hard to beat. But I remember that they had a good spell in Europe as well, right? I guess it's like these games against Forest, Ignitas, and Big. Those are good results. Either way, I think Extrasalt has some pretty good potential. And yeah, it makes kind of Group B kind of like the harder group to predict, in my opinion, because I think Liquid should make it through, but Extremum and Extrasalt at least are very capable of pulling off upsets. So then, last but not least, Bad News Bears. You can see that again against the NA teams, they're doing well. There's some losses here and there, 2-0 by Pain, 2-1 by Triumph, but also 2-0 against Painland, like beating most of the other teams. They finished first in ESEA Premier. There's some good results here. I don't know if it's against a good enough level of competition that I should pick them, especially with the prices being what they are. So I think let's get into picking the team. So on this side of the bracket, I cannot bring myself to pick any other team than Furia. So who are like the players who have done the best lately? Just go under matches. So Art, obviously as the entry guy, he's gonna have some variance in his stats. This is against Navi, so I'm not gonna take that with a pinch of salt. Have to enter against a team like Navi, Horus, Sinners. I think this is more like the level that he's gonna be playing against. And like Pain. I have to say, I think he's one of those players who can have like the craziest performance, like this one here, but then he can like be very mediocre as well. Yuri's kind of supposed to be one of the like biggest fraggers on the team. This is not that worrying to me. It's against Navi again. Vinny, like okay, this is like the show match on Ancient. It doesn't really matter. Not putting up the best stats, and you can see it in his price as well as Junior, who's really being kind of struggling in this new environment. Kiserado, I believe, has been looking pretty good as well, though. So it's pretty clear that Yuri and Kiserado are like the most expensive guys you could pick. And then these guys are just kind of struggling. But look, against like this lower tier opposition, I think they, even the lower fraggers should have pretty high chances of doing some good stuff. Okay. So I think I'm still doing double Fury on this side. Let's see which players I can make the case for. I think most people are picking Liquid. I think enough players are picking Liquid that I don't want to pick Liquid myself. And I want to go for like Extremum, Extrasalt, or Bad News Bears. Probably Extremum or Extrasalt. Extrasalt players are quite expensive. Extremum players are pretty cheap. I might just go double Extremum here. With like Gratisfaction probably. Because, I mean, cheap Oppers are always kind of nice. And he's, yeah, look at these stats. They're not bad. He's starting to get back to his own, the same level he's been at before. I think I'm picking him. And then maybe Lias. How's Lias been looking? Pretty decent for the most part. What about like JKM and Buntet? I guess I should look at roles as well. I mean, Lias could be like a support. Other stuff he's not that great at. What do we have here? Buntet and JKM. Buntet's been pretty consistent, I would say. Putting up pretty good results, and then JKM has some of these weaker maps, but then generally has pretty good results. Let's see, pricing wise, who fits the bill, but I think Gratisfaction is a good pick at least. And then a fifth player from either side of the bracket from one of the good teams. Like we could pick a Liquid player, we could pick a. I don't want to pick. I'm probably picking a Liquid or Extra Salt player. Probably Liquid. I'm just gonna make the gamble on Extra Moon basically, and on my other account probably it's gonna be an Extra Salt gamble. If I want to pick one from Liquid, probably Elige. Elige is just so good, and I really like his game style, like play style. Okay. It could be like Elige and then cheaper guys from the other two teams. Art is probably good because of entry frags. Like pick K-Strat. Oh, I think I'm like $1,000 off Lias. So close. And no, I mean K-Strat is anywhere worth 1,000 off. That's so close. Really wish I could pick them both. Okay, maybe I should pick like Junior because he's opping and oppers get higher. Can't quite pick JKM. $220. Probably like this, honestly. I kind of like this squad. Because, I mean, picking Oppers is kind of nice. Because Oppers get generally higher stats because they're playing a better weapon. They're being given the better weapon. I mean, we kind of have 2.5 Oppers here. And I think Junior is the kind of player who's probably going to do better in an event like this where he's just playing against other Americans and the level of competition is just not quite as high. I'm going to go with this. Let's see how we want to go over these things. So headshot, I'm probably not going anyone. No, doesn't look like it's worth it. Main op is between Grat and Junior. Probably Junior. They still give him the op always, it seems. Entry fragger art, obviously. Someone gets IGL, obviously. What is the best like for boot? CT rating on like Elige? I guess it is. Rather than Stat Hunter at least. So hard to get Stat Hunter. I think it should be like, I don't understand why Stat Hunter, just kind of a small problem, but still like, it should be easier to always get like high defender, like CT stats or high T stats instead, and then this should be like 1.3 or something for max bonus. I don't quite understand why you would put Stat Hunter on anyone pretty much anyways, and like any time, unless you already use your CT rating. I don't quite understand it, but either way. Yeah, some multi-killers. I mean, Elige kinda, but I'm already doing this, I think. IGL on 1 and then deaths per round, no. Clutch King. I mean, Gretz, they're there's a couple clutches here. Bunted is pretty good at clutching, apparently. I could go clutch King Buntet. Could also go like support. You don't really get the full support percentage most of the time though. But again, this is like lower. I think I'm gonna go support Buntet and IGL Grat. And we just hope Extreme does well this event. Let's see. Oh yeah, I already checked these as well, by the way. That's why I can pick like not Extreme Liquid. I'm not sure. I believe they, I guess, would playing all each other. Or it could be like a... I'm not sure how it goes, but either way. Liquid Banish Bears should be the easiest match for them, so I'm gonna put Elish top of scorecard. Extra Salt, Extremum. So difficult. These have all the match pair like HLTV pages out here. A lot like assists per round. Art has pretty high assists per round. I guess Oplano is like the hardest team. I honestly think Oplano might be a better team right now than EG. I'm gonna put assist here. Extreme, I'm gonna put Saver on Gratisfaction here. Actually, Junior seems to be saving even more. I'm not sure. I'm gonna stick with this. No, actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put Junior as Saver here. By the way, yeah, okay. They're not predetermined like all the matchups already. Buntet and Gratisfaction. I'm gonna say Buntet gets the Avenge kills. And then Gratisfaction. Just the highest KST, probably, yeah. Well, actually, Buntet has the highest KST. We can put that on him eventually. But probably not in this match. Gratisfaction, do you know what? Clutch Gratisfaction. He's gonna make one clutch. Let's hope. Yeah, that's gonna be my team for this one. I will obviously be linking my secondary team in the description down below as always, as well as a link to this fantasy league so you can make your own squad. There should be about something over 24 hours for you to make the lineup as of posting this video. So yeah, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.